What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Fury Warrior Mage Tower Challenge. Fury Warriors are charged with taking down Agatha the Imp Mother. It's the most straightforward of all the challenges, but if you don't deal with the obstacles in a quick fashion, it can spiral out of control pretty easily. Before you hop in there, there's a couple recommendations I have for your gear and enchants. Neither one of the War Within tier set bonuses work, so you can just equip items with your best stats. There's 4 War Within enchants I would highly recommend you use. Crystalline Radiance for your chest will give you almost 100 main stat, and a Stormbound Armor Kit on your legs will give you even more main stat than that, and a bunch of stamina to boot. And I would definitely recommend grabbing the Leech enchants from War Within, Chant of Leeching Fangs on your cloak, and Chant of Armored Leech on your bracers. Between these two, you'll get nearly 12% leech, plus 3% from your class tree. You'll have 15% leech inside the tower. Any leech found on your gear will scale down a little bit worse than that. The current patch helm enchants from Horrific Visions work in there as well. They're not overly busted, but they do a good bit of damage. I would recommend either Twilight Devastation or Twisted Appendage. And minor shout out to Authority of the Depths, that also performs well in the tower. Not busted, but it does good damage. And I really wouldn't bother with too much else in terms of customizing your gear. Just your base War Within set will be fine, and it's likely you're already using those previous 4 enchants anyway. You'll also find talent strings for Mountain Thane and Slayer linked in the description below. For the demonstration here, I'm going to go with Mountain Thane. That Thunderclap does a lot of damage and allows you not to have to sit on cooldowns to deal with the waves of imps. It also comes with 3 target Stormbolt. Between that and 3 target Shockwave, you'll have stuns for every wave of adds. Also quickly pointing out Wrecking Throw, one of Agatha's mechanics is throwing up an Absorb Shield on herself and channeling increasing damage over time to the player. You cannot interrupt this until you break the Absorb Shield, so Wrecking Throw will help you do that. Wrecking Throw and no more than 1 other ability in your rotation will pop that shield every time, and you'll be able to kick and be on your way. We'll also have Spell Reflect to cover any periods where Agatha has teleported across the room, or we have imps that we can't stun and get rid of immediately. The groups of imps get bigger over time, so this may not immediately seem like something you'll need to do, but as those groups get bigger, they're going to be more spread out at times, and you're not going to be able to stun all of them every time or get rid of them before they start casting. This will just help cover those periods of additional damage. And beyond that, you can really go with whatever damage builds you want. Mountain Thane makes me feel like I can be more aggressive with my actual cooldowns and deal with waves of imps with Thunder Blast procs if I don't happen to have anything up at that time. Slayer makes me feel like there's a little bit more holding cooldowns to make sure you have stuff for the waves of imps, but either spec is likely fine, especially if you have that chest and leg enchant. And if you're looking to grab some consumables, the BFA items are still king: Borealis Blood Sausage, Greater Flask of the Undertow, and Superior Battle Potion of Strength will give you the most main stat of any consumables you can use in the tower currently. If you have drums and potion, I would use it on the pole. At 50% you'll teleport across the room, and then the remaining teleports I believe are on a timer. Imps are going to come out pretty quickly, so we'll go ahead and hold cooldowns for that 1 second in. Not holding, you know what I mean. And then she'll summon a wave of imps from the back of the room. These things will actually channel into her and heal her. So you want to make sure you get rid of them pretty quickly. This Fuming Imp will also explode if you don't take care of it. There's our Stormbolt. If you have less than 3 targets up, you want to favor Stormbolt over the Shockwave, since you don't have to worry about the cooldown reduction on Shockwave at that point. Just watch out for the little purple circles. Standing in them will do a good bit of damage. Here's our Dark Fury. We Wrecking Throw, and then we kick. Fuming Imp. If that Plague Zone goes out, it puts a Plague Zone on the ground, which will slow you, does a good bit of damage. We don't like that. We'll Blade Storm these adds. And the Umbral Imps will prevent Agatha from taking any damage, so you want to make sure you get rid of them quickly. Take them out before you take out the imps that heal her. What are you called? Imp Servants. And if for some reason you don't have damage to deal with the Fuming Imp, you can always kite it. It'll start its cast like off to the side, and then you can just let it explode. Probably not something you need to do for Fury, honestly. Then we Wrecking Throw the Fury and immediately kick. We're good to go there. And you'll have infinite access to Impending Victory. Here comes this set of adds. We stomp them. Shockwave. Get Agatha in the picture for that cooldown reduction on Shockwave. It won't stun her, but it'll help you get that cooldown reduction back. And the imps are going to be up for more than a second, so we'll spell reflect. And you'll likely see the fight go a little bit faster than this, but we don't have any of the enchants on just so we can get more reps. Just like we did in the Guardian Druid fight. And she has a tall drink of water. Dark Fury. We wrecking throw, then kick that. New ads are coming in. We Stormbolt. Agatha ate one of our Stormbolts. We're not really happy about that. And I just Shockwave that Fuming Imp. I don't really want to leave stuff on the ground. But honestly, at 60%, we're going to be out of the middle of the room. You can only porch to the sides of the room after this point. And I talked all this smack about using cooldowns at will, and just held on to my cooldowns. I'm going to Spell Reflect, then Blade Storm. I think I stood in something there. That's fine. And we Impending Victory again. Fuming Imp. Stomp it. I said we stomp it. There we go. And we Racking Throw. We kick this. Shockwave. Just try not to use your kick on the actual imp servants. Just stun and kill. You want to save your kick for Dark Fury. All of these cooldowns are slightly different times for ads and Dark Fury, so you're going to have overlaps that aren't going to be the same every time. That's just the nature of a lot of the Mage Tower content. Got a new set of ads coming up. Also, if you're getting close to 50%, you can wait to for that new set of ads to push, and they're all right here, so we're just going to CD them. And we Enraged Regen for a little extra health. We Stomp, get away from the boulder, and we Stormbolt. Also, I didn't mention the boulders. Those are boulders. They're bad. Here's that Dark Fury. We Racking Throw, we kick it, new Fuming Imp, and Impending Victory after every, like, imp we kill. Not every, but, you know, if you're not topped off. We'll also start getting green puddles on the ground that will kind of stay there. Similar to the Fuming Imp leftovers, but, you know, I think they will disappear over time. But it does take a little bit. Stormbolt these guys. Dragon Drawer, we Stompy. Impending. Let this Fuming Imp come up here. Shockwave. Stomp. Spell Reflect. Blade Storm? Yeah, they'll do a good bit of damage to you, so make sure you throw that Spell Reflect up if they're up for any amount of time. You're gonna port like any second now. Not Dark Fury first for sure. No. And we Racking Throw, we kick. Impending Victory coming up in a second. And we'll Potion as well. Oh yeah, Abyssal Healing Potions from BFA, also the best healing potion by like a lot in here. We Stomp. But you know, just using the Algary ones are also fine. Ooh. Also, like, get a side camera so you can see those boulders. I think I got hit by that. We Stomp. Stormbolt? That's a Shockwave, not a Stormbolt. We Stomp, Enraged Regen, Spell Reflect. Stomp again? Yeah, definitely get those enchants. You're a little bit more powerful. And we'll Shockwave these guys, maybe? Nope, we'll save it. Try not to Shockwave unless you got 3 targets. Dark Fury, we Wrecking Throw, we kick. There she goes. Just watch your boulders on the way up. And we'll Spell Reflect since we're coming in. I don't want to save my stomp here, but we'll spend it. And we impending. Do a shockwave for that next set of imps. Don't fall off the side, you can totally do that. We spell reflect for a little DR. Stormbolt. We impending, take out this imp servant for sure. We stomp. What have we done? Yeah, she got a couple heals, that's fine. The heals aren't very fast, it's like 1% per second. Sounds like a lot, it's not. And honestly, I'm just gonna save Avatar and Wreck for the next wave of ads with my Blade Storm. Dark Fury, we wreck, we kick. Impending. And we stomp. New imp servants. Oh, there's gonna be a huge overlap here, I think. No? A little late on the next set? Timers might help. And we shockwave, enrage regen, spell reflect. Stomp. Agatha hit me in the back a little bit, that's fine. Alright, 5%, we could probably just send anything that comes up at this point. He said he wanted more reps. Yeah, that's fine. Just Stormbolt that fuming, and we kill boss with a stomp. So yeah, if you want the fight to go a little bit quicker than that, use that chest enchant, leg enchant, and put Leeching Fangs and Armored Leech on your bracers for a little bit more health over time. But plenty of healing from Impending Victory and the Bloodthirst heal. I did have some Leech, I guess that's class tree, right? So just 3% from the class tree almost matched my Impending Victory. It pretty much matched my Bloodthirst heal. Definitely get those enchants. If you have a Druid and want the Felbear, we put out a Guardian Druid guide the other day. And we also put out an Affliction Warlock guide for their challenge pretty recently. The Affliction Warlock tier set recolor from completing the Mage Tower is pretty slick. It's got the jumpy wings on it. I would highly recommend getting that if you have a Warlock. And be sure to check out the Horrific Vision 8 mask runs and underpin videos we posted, all linked in the description below. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you liked it, share with your friends. This is the set you get for Warriors, it's pretty slick as well. Be sure to sub to the channel to stay in the loop for more Mage Tower, underpin, and Horrific Vision content, as well as anything else that comes up on the solo challenge front. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. Peace.